Hi everybody, welcome back to one of my DIYs. Today's project will be a farm fresh egg sign slash picture. It's a fairly easy and quick DIY. I know it seems like there's a lot of components to this, but in reality, minus drying time, the project should only take about a half hour to do. Alright, let's get started. For this project, you will be needing your glue gun, glue sticks, needle nose pliers, and some scissors. Waverly white chalk paint, an applicator brush, and two 8x10 picture frames of identical styles. You will also need some disposable grill toppers. You're going to need about 4 plastic eggs and some raffia, stencils, some paint color of your choice, and one 4x6 piece of artist canvas. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start on the frame. I'm just going to use my tweezers, my pliers, and pull out the pegs. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to paint my frames in Waverly white chalk paint. I'm going to start with drawing some lines out for where I'm going to place my letters, and for that I will be using a ruler, a pencil, and my stencils as guides. So now that I have my lines where I want them to be, I'm going to trace out my letters. Okay, so I stenciled all my letters. I'll be using Apple Barrel's brown oxide paint and a fine-tipped paintbrush. I almost said toothbrush. It's a fine-tipped paintbrush. Okay, so my camera cut out halfway through painting the sign. So I just completed the rest of it off camera. I'm going to put this aside with the frames, let them dry, and then when I come back, we'll complete the project. Okay, so I went ahead and I painted 2 coats of paint on my frames. And now we're going to go ahead and we're going to cut out the grill topper. The easiest way that I know how to do this is to put the grill topper on top of the frame and tape it out. And all I'm doing is I'm lining the edge of the tape up with the edge of the frame. So one of the things that I actually forgot to do was put in the pencil marks. See, the tape is all lined up with the outside of the frame. Now I want to put marks to where the inside of the frame is, so I know how much leeway I have when I'm cutting. Okay, so it is definitely easier to do it with longer scissors, but mine broke. I'm going to have to do it with short scissors. Oh boy. So we're going to remove the tape now. You're going to put the 2 backs together. So I am going to go ahead and I'm going to hot glue and E6000 this. Okay, so I'm going to add the E6000 to the outer parts of the frame, leaving the corners open for the hot glue. Line it up. And there you have your box frame. I brought my frames outside, glued them together, and now I'm just letting them air out for a few minutes. While I'm waiting, I decided to gather up the remaining items I need. I got the raffia at the Dollar Tree, and that came 3 bundles to a package. And the eggs I got off of Amazon, and I believe I paid $7 or $8 for a bag of 20. So I already have a bundle of raffia that's open that I've used in a previous DIY, and I'm going to pull out a few eggs. Now I'm going to plug in my glue gun and go get my frame. So the fumes have all dissipated and the hot glue is holding it in place even though the E6000 hasn't cured yet. Okay, so I'm happy with the way mine came out. Alright, so I'm going to do the same thing with the eggs that I did with the raffia, and that's just play around with it until I find a placement I like. Now I'm just going to hot glue them down. I'm now going to flip the frame over and add a little more glue to the back side of the eggs just to give it a little more support. Now I'm just going to glue down the sign. So everything is glued down, my sign, my eggs, the raffia, and this is how it came out. When I glued down my sign, I had to quickly pick up the frame, otherwise it was going to glue itself to the paper below it. So I'm not going to be hanging my picture for at least a week. But I did want to go over some of the options for hanging this picture. I'm going to start with the farmhouse style. Now for this, I would just cut a small piece off. Maybe about that long. I would center it and then hot glue it. And you can hang it up like that. Now the other farmhouse option that you have would be this flower wire. Now I got my flower wire at Dollar Tree. I don't remember how many pieces came in the package. So in order to get that shape, I took a pencil and I left a little space for what would be glued to the back of the frame. And then I just wrapped the flower wire around the pencil. Kind of gives you a coil, and then I separated it. I did that on the other side, and then I also did it in the middle. And that was how I came up with this shape. And with this one, you would just take this one and hot glue that to, or E6000 it to the back of the frame. If you wanted the cleaner look, you could just use a nail or a small hook.